ouvir hoje, vai ser uma palestra, uma apresentação vai ser em inglês, mas o Beny, que também mora em Israel, mas ele fala português, ele vai traduzindo alguns pontos para vocês. Nós vamos falar sobre inteligência artificial, ok? E, para isso, nós temos aqui com a gente a honra de de uma empresa de Israel. So, I would like to welcome first Mr. Boaz Jacobi. He's the CEO. Ele é o presidente da MOTIV8, que tem mais de 20 anos de experiência como CEO. Please welcome Mr. Boaz. I was talking about your resume here. Welcome. Thank you to have you here. Please feel free to. We also have here Mr. Dan Farhi from MOTIV8AI, right? Dan, where are you? Welcome, Dan. He's the COO from MOTIV8. Welcome. It's an honor to have you guys here. And who is going to be moderating this presentation is Beny Rubinstein. O Beny é o diretor internacional de expansão internacional do Polo de Inovação em Israel, com base em Tel Aviv, e ele é o moderador dessa tarde. I would like also to introduce Mr. Ronen Tal-Botzer, that is the CEO from Evolution. I'm sorry. Be welcome as well, Dr. Ronen, that has a huge experience as an entrepreneur and over 20 years, e mais de 20 anos no setor acadêmico industrial. Beny, it's on you, guy. Pessoal,
Thank you.
Dá boas-vindas para o pessoal aqui, por favor.
Vou ficar em pé aqui para... Obrigado. Eu vou falar só algumas palavras em português. Eu vou pedir desculpas porque os outros apresentadores vão ter que falar ou em hebraico ou em inglês. Vocês podem escolher qual vocês preferem. Quem prefere... Então vocês têm que dar aula de português para eles depois, eles ensinam hebraico para vocês depois. Ok. Só um pouquinho sobre mim. Eu nasci no Rio de Janeiro, então meu português é razoável ainda. Eu morei 15 anos nos Estados Unidos, eu participei de vários grupos de incubação dentro da Microsoft, inclusive o grupo de cloud, né, que é o Microsoft Azure. Eu fui o 6º funcionário lá, então era uma startup dentro de uma empresa multinacional. Eu voltei ao Brasil em 2014, eu montei a primeira parceria com a Microsoft Ventures aqui na América Latina. Nós investimos em várias empresas no Brasil, investimos também numa aceleradora de startups em São Paulo, a Aceleratec, ACE, e fizemos um investimento também em empresas de agtech, por exemplo, a Taranis, que é uma empresa grande aqui, nós fomos os primeiros investidores lá. Hoje eu não vou falar muito, porque eu tenho convidados de fora. Eu vou talvez resumir um pouquinho o que eles falarem em português, para quem não conseguir seguir a discussão em inglês. Mas eu queria falar sobre um tópico que foi mencionado aqui, que é a inteligência artificial. Acho que todo mundo deve ter, se não estudado, lido a respeito. Existem muitos mitos e muitas realidades. E hoje a gente tem aqui duas empresas, né, eu e Daniel, a gente tem uma filosofia do a vida como ela é. A gente, em vez de dar uma palestra teórica, a gente traz as pessoas que fazem. Então, eu trouxe aqui com vocês dois executivos de Israel, o Boaz e o Dan têm muita experiência. Eles vão falar especificamente sobre a empresa deles, a startup, chama MOTIV8AI. E o que é interessante sobre isso é o fato de eles trabalharem com uma interseção entre a inteligência artificial e a psicologia, né? Então, são dois domínios que, na verdade, têm uma interseção muito forte. O professor Dr. Ronen, ele é professor também universitário lá em Israel, mas ele é um empreendedor serial, ele está na 3ª startup. A startup anterior dele chama Sense, é uma startup muito bem sucedida, inclusive tem investidores aqui do Brasil, na área de educação. Então, eu vou talvez agora passar a palavra, acho que é logisticamente mais fácil para o Ronen começar, que ele está no Zoom. O Ronen estava querendo muito vir ao Brasil, mas na próxima ele vem, não escapa. I'm telling them, Ronen, you really wanted to be here, and you will be with us on Zoom, but next time, Bezrat Hashem, you will be here also.
Absolutely.
And so what I'll do is, first I'll let Dr. Ronen introduce himself. Eu vou deixar o Ronen se apresentar. Ele é uma figura bastante conhecida em Israel pelo seu conhecimento de inteligência artificial. E ele vai falar sobre o futuro da inteligência artificial, que é a inteligência artificial para se criar aplicações de inteligência artificial. Uma coisa bem louca, recursiva. Apertem os cintos, que é pouco complexo, mas muito interessante. Ele vai fazer uma apresentação curta. Depois a gente vai deixar o pessoal da MOTIV8AI falar um pouquinho sobre o que eles estão fazendo, inclusive aqui no Brasil, e a gente vai ter uma troca. A gente vai fazer perguntas, vocês podem perguntar para mim em português, eu pergunto eles em inglês. A gente vai fazer isso ficar bem interativo e dinâmico, até porque nós somos os responsáveis pelo atraso do almoço de vocês. Então eu estou com a responsabilidade grande aqui de que seja um tempo produtivo. Ok? Pode dar a voz para o Ronen, por favor? Ronen, if you would like to introduce yourself, and later on, if you would like to share your screen, I believe we are set up here. And you're also on the metaverse, by the way. You're not here in presence, but you're on the metaverse. There's thousands of people listening to you in about over a dozen cities around here. So welcome.
Okay, thank you. My pleasure. Beny, from everything you said, the only word I understood was AI. So how much time do I have? Do you want me to take? How much time?
You can take up to 10 minutes. It's okay.
Sure.
Go
All
slowly.
Right. Okay. So hi everybody. Beny told me about this conference where the question was how the future of AI will look like. And actually, this is a question I asked myself as an entrepreneur about four years ago. I was working in AI for my entire career, for about 20 years already. And after doing many projects, I really thought to myself, what is the future of AI? I will tell you what was my conclusion. I think you will convince by the end of my 10 minutes that this is really what is going to be the future of AI. As far as I see it, the future of AI is AI for AI. And I will explain. The idea is that one AI system will be able to develop other AI systems. It sounds futuristic, but it is reality. The idea is that any AI system tries to replace someone, some human expert. It can be the man that drives the car, it could be the doctor who gives diagnostics, whatever it is. AI tries to replace some human process. So if that is the case, why not letting AI replace the human data scientist, this expert that builds AI, this human expert that builds AI? So maybe we can replace him with AI, and then we will have AI for AI, an AI system that builds other AI systems. So that was what I was thinking about 4 years ago. 3 years ago, I created a company around this idea, and I want to show you now some examples, although I see I cannot host disabled participant screen sharing. So I cannot show anything. Zoom still lacks the AI that can understand that it needs to open my screen sharing capabilities. Let's see. No, not yet. Okay, got it. So, as you can see, the question is, AI for what? Why are we doing AI for AI? So the answer is very simple. We want to change the economics of AI development. It means the process of AI development which is usually slow, done by humans, costly, and has many risks. We know that about 70 or 80% of AI projects fail. We want to make it much more cost-effective using AI. Probably, you know, charts like this. This is like one of those charts from some Gartner or EY or companies like that that maps the landscape of AI tools. There are so many tools in AI, you know, things about data, about infrastructure, about analytics, and of course, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and very, very importantly, the open source, what you see here in green, okay? We always build something based on some open source packages. And the process currently that is done by human data scientists, we like to joke and call them manual data scientists, is to construct some kind of AI pipeline when they understand the problem. So they understand the problem, what is the problem, and then based on their expertise, they take one component from here, one component from here, one component from here. So the output of one component is the input for the next component. In this way, they build the AI pipeline. They build a solution that is suitable for the problem that they have or the data that they have. So this is the manual process. They build whatever pipeline it is, and then they test it. If it works fine, then good, but in most cases it doesn't. So they need to change. So they change, they build again, test again, and maybe they need again to change and to improve or to fine-tune whatever it is. Now, this process is tedious, costs a lot of money, and has many risks. So we try to invent an AI that can do that process automatically. And for that, we use a technology that was invented 47 years ago that is called evolutionary algorithms. These or genetic algorithms, in many cases, they call it genetic algorithms or evolutionary algorithms. Anyway, this invention tries to simulate the process of evolution, the process of natural selection, if you will, the one that Charles Darwin introduced many years ago. And the idea is that using the forces we learn from nature, we will be able to create artificial intelligence automatically. I'll show you an example. This is a toy example, just to make things very, very simple now. So here you can see the Mona Lisa. And the example is, let's redraw the Mona Lisa just with a few circles, a small number of circles, 100 circles, 200 circles, a small number of circles. Any circle can be anywhere on the screen, in any radius, in any color, and any transparency level. Now think about it. If you want to do this manually, you maybe will put one big circle for the face, two for the eyes, something like that, but it will look childish. This is what manual data scientists do. They take some components, some machine learning components, try to put them one after another or so on, and glue this thing by themselves. Now I will show you how evolution does it. So for evolution, we need a population of individuals, a population of solutions. In the beginning, we begin with random solutions. So the population we have here in this toy example is built on 25 random solutions. So 25 pictures of circles. Now, in each picture, there's just a random combination of circles. So none of them is good. None of them really resembles the Mona Lisa. But now we will do, of course, they are all bad, but they are not equally bad. Some are a bit better than others. Some are just a bit closer to the Mona Lisa when you compare it pixel by pixel. So now, according to Charles Darwin theory, of this, the strongest survive or the fittest survives, we will take the better ones, make them like parents, where they make offspring by genetic combination of their characteristics. So I will run this simulation. You will see here, like in the bottom right, the generations. We now make generation of generation of generation, where the population in each generation is like the offspring of the former population. Now, still it's not the Mona Lisa. Still, maybe a bit, resembles, but it's still not Mona Lisa. But in fact, because computers now are so strong and we can do many generations, many improvements, even put some, random mutations that for 0.1% give us in the chance of a good mutation that really helps us get the Mona Lisa. You see, when the computer simulates this evolutionary process, it can improve and improve and improve and improve the Mona Lisa until we finally get some kind of combination of circles in this case. But this combination is the best possible, or the highest chances are that this is the best configuration of circles that resembles the Mona Lisa the most. So this example is using just circles. Think about what happens when instead of circles, you have actual tools, actual machine learning tools. So this was just a simple illustration. I want to show you now a real problem. One of Israel's largest construction companies flies drones above the construction sites, mainly just to check what happens. But they asked us to program an AI that can spot safety hazards. There was a list about 40 different safety hazards that they needed to spot online. So usually with normal AI, regular AI, you produce an AI system. In this case, we call it finesse, finding safety event. But probably you heard that every AI system needs some examples to train on them. So in this case, we were fortunate that we didn't have examples because there were not so many people injured or killed in construction sites. Not enough, let's say, not enough people injured or killed in construction sites. So here is where AI for AI comes to the help by producing in the very similar way like the Mona Lisa. We produce examples, synthetic data, synthetic construction site, so that the next AI will learn from it. This is how it looks like. Synthetic construction sites. Of course, for us, it looks like a cartoon, but it's fine for the AI to learn from. Everything is done by the simulation. So this is like a waterfall. However, the results were only about 60% accuracy. And this is where a third AI system came, where they learned where the first two made mistakes and did the evolution to change the way we synthesize data in order for the AI to be much more accurate. So what you see here, this is the new Mona Lisa, okay? What you see here are different, there are now millions of construction sites, not one, but now millions of construction sites going through evolution in order to make the best synthetic training set for the AI. And finally, this is how it looks in real life. In this case, we wanted to spot people without helmets. This is real, of course, not synthetic. And we reach about, more or less, about 100% accuracy. But more importantly, without humans programming that. So it was an AI system that built this AI system that you see now, but not human data scientists. So for me, yes, this is how the future of AI will look like.
Thank you, Ronen. Maybe I will just share a few words in Portuguese summarizing the amazing things you just showed. It took me 2 years to fully understand it, so I will try to summarize in 2 minutes. Só para vocês entenderem um pouquinho o que vocês viram, hoje em dia vocês devem ouvir falar muito de inteligência artificial. Existem muitas aplicações, por exemplo, ele mostrou uma empresa real de construção em Israel que utilizam sistemas de inteligência artificial. A MOTIV8AI é uma outra empresa que vai mostrar para vocês esses sistemas. O que a Evolution hoje faz, ela tenta usar a inteligência artificial para criar outros sistemas de inteligência artificial. Ou seja, você às vezes não tem mão de obra suficiente, você não tem orçamento suficiente para uma equipe muito grande de cientistas de dados, você pode, na realidade, usar os algoritmos genéticos, que são basicamente vindos da biologia, para você criar milhões de combinações de algoritmos, de modelos, e o próprio sistema, com a inteligência artificial, vai selecionar os modelos que são melhores, né? Então, é uma coisa realmente futurística. Quando eu conheci o Ronen em 2019, eu achei isso aí um filme de ficção científica, só que hoje o Ronen trabalha com cerca de 30 empresas em Israel, tanto do governo como do setor privado, também com a Johnson & Johnson, empresas muito grandes que têm muitos cientistas de dados, mas que ainda não conseguem chegar nesse nível de sofisticação manualmente, só com cientistas de dados, que ele chamou de Manual Data Scientists. Então, ele está criando os cientistas de dados do futuro, que obviamente não vão 100% substituir o ser humano, mas que vão dar, por exemplo, para um cientista de dados pleno ou júnior, a habilidade de executar o que talvez uma equipe de 20 ou 30 cientistas de dados com mais experiência seriam necessários, e às vezes não é possível, né? Eu vou passar agora para MOTIV8AI, a gente vai ter um tempo para perguntas e respostas. MOTIV8AI também, a gente tem 2 executivos aqui, o Boaz e o Dan, eu vou deixar eles se apresentarem, e ele tem uma experiência muito grande com inteligência artificial, especificamente em mercados emergentes. O Boaz trabalhou muito tempo na África, o Dan também vai falar um pouquinho sobre a carreira dele, e eles estão trazendo uma solução que, de novo, combina psicologia com inteligência artificial, e ela tem uma utilidade muito grande em países como o Brasil. Eles já trabalham aqui com 2 organizações financeiras, ele talvez vai falar um pouquinho, para achar métodos diferentes de aprovar crédito, tá? Então, isso para o setor agrícola, para o setor financeiro, tem uma valia enorme. Eu vou deixar eles se apresentarem, fazer talvez uma apresentação de 5 ou 10 minutos, e a gente vai fazer perguntas e respostas, tá bom? You want to introduce yourself, and then we will go to the 10 minutes session, and then we'll do Q&A.
Hi. So first of all, we are honored to be here, and it's a great pleasure for both of us, for Boaz and I, to be here, and both the amazing welcoming from the audience and from everyone around here, the beautiful surrounding. And we are proud also to bring an idea, our solution that is this combination of AI and psychology. And Boaz, our CEO, will do a quick presentation on this. Go ahead. Hello.
So hello everyone. Again, it's a pleasure to be here, and we are very happy, like what Danny mentioned, from the warm welcome. Before I start, I'll say a few words about myself. I have over 20 years of experience in technology, leading technology in Israeli and global companies. In my last position, I co-founded a digital bank in West Africa. In a very challenging environment, using very advanced AI methodology, we created a bank serving hundreds of thousands of micro-entrepreneurs and consumers. We reached profitability on a very large scale, and it was definitely a success. Everything was done in a fully digitized and online manner. So I am a great, great believer of AI and finance. What I was never able to do in my past is to understand the why, to answer the question why. Why customers behave the way they behave? Why do they do what they do? Why do they interact the way they interact? And for us at MOTIV8AI, understanding the why is a key to answer the toughest questions when we are serving the customers. And this is at one sentence who we are. Looking globally, as you all probably know, there is a digital revolution. But there are still billions all over the world who do not get finance from formal financial institutions. It is not a local problem. It's a problem that covers all over the world. Even in the US, over 60 million adults do not have access to cash from formal financial institutions. The opportunity here is that most of them, like yourself, and we're looking at you at the audience, all of you, they have a smartphone, and they're using it a lot. And this is the opportunity in addressing this huge challenge. Now, for the financial industry, it means for banks, digital banks, neobank, credit arms, that they cannot serve those customers, the thin-filed customers, meaning customers who do not have enough collateral or enough data for a bank to accept. And that means loss of billions of dollars for them, and at the same time it means that governments and institutions are not serving their customers. Think about all of those entrepreneurs who are super efficient, who are working hard, but because they do not have a credit history, they're not getting money to build their business. Think about the consumers that do not have sufficient credit history to get funds to do basic things. And this is where AI comes in. Now, for the banks, which are our customers, it basically means that when they do serve the customers, they have a very low approval rate. They are filtering most of them, not accepting. When they do accept, they suffer from a very high delinquency, default rate. And this is a very big problem all over the world. On top of it, by not understanding the customers good enough, it means you cannot communicate with the customers in an efficient way. And lack of communication is a very, very big challenge. So this is where MOTIV8AI comes in. What we do is that we combine the strong power of AI with traditional psychology. Psychology, exactly. And by that, we revolutionize the way financial institutions can communicate, interact, score, and understand thin-filed customers. Customers which do not have enough data. So the combination of psychology and AI serves the cause. Financial institutions today, they ask the question of what? What is your name? What is your income? What is your credit history? They ask the direct question based on the information they receive from customers. Motiv, using its very advanced AI technology, AI methodology, is looking at the question why. Why customers behave the way they behave. What is their personality trait? What is their motivation? What is their attitude? And based on this data that we collect, we enable financial institutions to serve the thin-file customers. We are not replacing the banks. We are supporting the banks. We're helping them in making accurate decisions and supporting financial inclusion. And this is the key of why we're doing what we're doing. to support financial inclusion and support the billions in getting credit and financial services. Now we have a patent solution. So it's a unique AI solution, which part of it is tied through a patent, which enables us to understand the customers. We are looking at stuff like how consistent a person is, whether he's a risk taker or not, how impulsive a customer is. And using the data we collect, which are nearly 1,000 features, we are able to support the banks by giving them the ability to accept customers. We provide a figure that enables the bank to score the customers, and by that, significantly reduce the default rate. Or alternatively, accept much more customers that they wouldn't accept before, and that without affecting any change, and still reducing the default rate. This is what we do. What we offer financial institutions beyond that is with the ability to understand the why customers behave the way they behave, we can do much more. We can serve the first-time thin-filed customers or underbanked customers with zero information on, and get a score which enables the bank to accept them. Good customers who never received credit in the past, with a very low delinquency default rate, and at the same time we support cross-selling, meaning supporting better communication with the customers, customizing the product with the customers, and identifying special behavior. For example, sloppy payers, customers who tend to repay their bills late. We understand the why, and by that, we enable financial institutions to serve their end users in a better way. Just to tell you, we are active globally. We launched successfully in few markets in Southeast Asia, and we have decided to target specifically here in Brazil. We believe in the potential of Brazil. The market is very big. There is a great need. Delinquency, default rate is still very high, and people are using smartphone, which is a huge advantage. And obviously, the local regulation is highly supportive for financial inclusion, which is also super important for banks to move forward. And we are here to support, and we're here to work together, and we are very, very happy to be here. And this is us. This is me, Danny and Boaz from MOTIV8AI, supporting financial inclusion and changing the way banks communicate with thin-filed customers. Thank you very much.
Então, eu vou falar só algumas palavrinhas sobre alguns pontos que o Boaz falou, que eu acho que são essenciais, talvez para vocês refletirem, né? Hoje, se você vai em países como Estados Unidos e outros locais, você tem, assim como no Brasil também, mas de uma forma um pouco diferente, você tem dados, informações sobre as pessoas, principalmente jovens, né? Quando eu fui para os Estados Unidos estudar, eu fiquei um pouco surpreso. Eu recebi vários cartões de crédito na minha caixa postal. Eu pensei, como é que essas pessoas me dão crédito de $10 mil, se eu não tenho dinheiro nem para pagar meu aluguel direito, né? Mas, enfim, no Brasil não é bem assim, né? Eu acho que, no meu entendimento, muitas pessoas, um país muito grande, muitas pessoas não têm, quer dizer, como é que é feito, né, essa análise de crédito em banco? Sem tentar entrar em detalhes, basicamente os dados que se usa hoje são dados, digamos, demográficos, né? Onde você mora, com a sua idade, talvez onde você estudou, talvez tentando entender um pouquinho a classe econômica, mas são fatores muito elementares, né? Para um jovem, quer dizer, no meu caso, eu já não sou tão jovem, então já dá para saber se eu pago as contas, se eu não pago as contas, então já tem um histórico. Para um jovem que está começando a vida, às vezes, não há informação suficiente, né? E as instituições financeiras, muitas vezes, são conservadoras. Então, na dúvida, como eu não tenho informação, eu não sei dizer se você vai ser um bom pagador, se eu te fizer um empréstimo, você vai me repagar, se você vai ser um candidato à inadimplência, se você não vai me devolver o dinheiro. Então, é mais simples eu dizer não, né? No empreendedorismo, a gente sempre fala, o não a gente já tem. Então, a tecnologia que a MOTIV8AI desenvolveu, por exemplo, eles trabalham em países como o Vietnã, como a China e agora no Brasil, ela dá uma oportunidade que ele chamou de inclusão financeira. Ou seja, tem várias, vamos dizer que na China, por exemplo, de milhões de pessoas que no padrão não seriam aceitas, não teriam a concessão de um empréstimo, 20% delas começaram a ser aceitas. Por quê? Não porque ela tinha um histórico grande, porque não tinha, porque ele usou elementos psicológicos de comportamentais. Pela maneira como você usa um aplicativo, acredite ou não, as pessoas podem tirar algumas conclusões. Se você é uma pessoa impulsiva, você é uma pessoa leal. Então, assim, parece um pouco louco também, tanto Evolution como a MOTIV8AI tem um viés que parece um pouquinho de ficção científica, mas hoje essa área que eles chamam de Behavior Economics, ou de psicologia comportamental, é uma área que a gente está usando, por exemplo, no Banco BV, com o Dan Ariely, que é um professor de Behavior Economics. Então, todos eles estão usando a combinação da experiência de trabalhar em mercados globais, mercados emergentes, que tem algumas semelhanças com o Brasil, o conhecimento da inteligência artificial, que é essencial, mas também essa nova disciplina, que é a parte de como que a psicologia comportamental influencia na economia e na sua saúde financeira. Então, uma oportunidade gigante para a gente abordar aqui. Eu vou fazer, talvez... Eu queria, antes de eu fazer algumas perguntas para os participantes, que a gente quer respeitar o horário de almoço de vocês. Alguém na audiência tem alguma curiosidade? Pode ser sobre a apresentação, pode ser sobre Israel, pode ser sobre inteligência artificial, pode ser sobre carreira de cientista de dados. Alguém aqui antes quer fazer alguma pergunta, alguma coisa que vocês queiram que algum dos panelistas comentem? Acho que a hora é agora. Minutinho. Daniel, welcome.
Okay, I'm going to translate the question. Okay.
Em relação à inteligência artificial referente à segurança pública.
Você pode
traduzir. Oi, bom dia, tudo bem? Como representante da segurança pública da região metropolitana de Campinas, eu gostaria de saber o que a inteligência artificial hoje, no mais avançado que existe, pode ajudar na questão da segurança pública para a sociedade.
Let me just repeat the question in English for the panelists. Maybe I'll start with you, Ronen, and then go around here. So we have members of the public safety and security space in the public sector here in São Paulo. So her question was, we gave a few examples in construction, in the financial services. If you have any thoughts around the applicability and what artificial intelligence can do for the public sector, specifically around safety and security.
Well, I think that anything that involves data, of course, can be enhanced by artificial intelligence. Whatever you do currently with the human minds, of course, can be in some way or another be enhanced by artificial intelligence. I'll give you another example that we do in safety and security, which is in the one of the biggest electric companies in Israel. No, I'm kidding, there's only one. In the Israeli electric company, they also have some safety issues, and they used to have many reports written by analyzers, you can say, and they are written in natural language, okay? About safety hazards, about rules and regulations and so on, and about accidents that happened. And they had tons of them, tons of these kinds of reports in natural language. So we used NLP, natural language processing. It's it's a field in artificial intelligence in order to make sense and to find those hidden patterns that can predict the next accident, the next time someone will be electrified, some of their workers will be electrified and probably die. So now we use this NLP in order to scan many tens of thousands of such reports by those testers in order to find some predictors in order to avoid accidents.
Very interesting. I'll just summarize. O Dr. Ronen estava comentando, por exemplo, no setor público, né, eles trabalham com a Companhia Elétrica de Israel. Uma empresa muito grande, logicamente, só tem uma companhia elétrica em Israel. E um dos casos onde ele aplica a inteligência artificial é justamente para a área de segurança. Então, por exemplo, existem muitos relatórios, às vezes verbais ou escritos, sobre incidentes, sobre questões de periculosidade, de segurança, enfim, muitos relatórios, muitos dados, muita informação, mas muito difícil de você processar e tomar uma decisão baseado nisso. Então, o que eles fazem? Eles usam NLP, que é Natural Language Process, que é um domínio dentro da inteligência artificial, que é baseado na linguagem natural de processamento. Então, você consegue ter um volume enorme de texto, relatórios, que as pessoas não vão conseguir ler e concluir, resumir, e eles conseguem criar um modelo que faz um scanning de todos esses documentos e ele consegue gerar recomendações e ações para precaução, às vezes até de acidentes que poderiam causar uma morte para um funcionário. Então, esse é um exemplo de vários. Would you like to add any examples from the public sector safety?
Generally speaking, again, can you hear me? I want to echo what basically was mentioned earlier, but AI enables you to accelerate accurate prediction. So when you collect sufficient data and you target a specific question that you want to answer, like for example, in this product, how can we avoid accidents, or how can you track using advanced cameras negative events that might happen or enhance security in different ways. If you collect sufficient data, you can predict very accurately any event in this field, any event generally. And that also goes back to the future of AI. Accurate prediction that enables you to make smarter decisions. And this is basically it. All you need to do is to target, to ask what is your question or what is your KPI, to collect the relevant data, and then you would have a set system that enables you to predict in an accurate way and make decisions accordingly in an accurate way.
Oh, okay, Boaz.
I have...
I'll just translate it. O que o Boaz estava falando, de uma maneira geral, né, os sistemas de inteligência artificial, eles têm a habilidade de coletar dados, e uma das coisas que eles podem fazer são modelos preditivos. Então, eles podem, baseado naquelas, por exemplo, obviamente no Israel existe a questão militar, de segurança, então você tem muita informação, mas é muita informação, então baseado nessa informação você tem que tomar uma decisão. Então você consegue montar um modelo preditivo que vai te dizer com uma certa precisão quais são os cenários possíveis futuros para que você possa tomar uma decisão, né? Então esse é um dos domínios dentro de inteligência artificial para a área de segurança, né? Enfim, o Dan vai complementar a resposta dele.
Yes, so what I wanted to say is that in Israel, even though we are a small country, we are less than 10 million people, we have close to 6,000 startups that includes also AI in them. One of those companies that is already selling in large parts of the world, they are offering meters that are installed in your houses. Like today, when they read the meters, they can't really do a lot, the electricity company. But the new company that has been established in Israel and is selling all over the world, and that can be done also here, is that basically they collect a lot of data through those AI meter that has a lot of AI analysis in them. They send and analyze each one of the customer, how does he use his house, his electricity in-house, and they tell him afterwards They send him a bill once every 2-3 months, how he can improve his use of electricity. That is done already in large parts of the US. Again, Israeli startups selling to the US, Australia, and other parts of the world. And this way, people can save a lot of money because they can use better the electricity that is within their houses. But this is just one example on how AI can do good for the world. And that's something that we do offer currently.
Ele deu um outro exemplo, não exclusivo para a segurança, mas em relação ao meio ambiente e setor público, que Israel é um país com menos de 10 milhões de pessoas, mas tem mais de 6 mil startups. Ele deu o exemplo de uma startup que basicamente coloca uma espécie de um sensor nas residências, que não só controla o consumo da energia, mas pode fazer, de novo, modelos preditivos para que você consuma menos e tenha um benefício maior de economia financeira e para o ambiente. Estamos no tempo, Daniel?
Yeah, we are just on time. I just want to let you know how many people lives in the RMC region. Quantas pessoas vivem na região da RMC? Only in the 20 cities that she's representing here as a board member there, you lives 3,500,000 people. Only these 20 states. So thank you very much for coming, Teresa, as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Ronen, I think you heard it, but she actually manages over 30 municipalities here, so a couple million people consuming electricity. I think just the state of São Paulo, I learned yesterday, has about 5 times the population of Israel, and it's one state in Brazil, so you can see the potential, the opportunity. So I think we are out of time. We could talk for 2 hours, but we have another meeting. People have lunch. Ronen has a life because it's almost evening in Israel, right? So you probably want to see your kids. So maybe you'll give just 2-3 minutes for each of you just to say your final comments, and then we'll wrap up. Ronen, you can start.
Okay, thank you. So I think AI is a revolution. It is here to stay. We always make more and more uses of computers, of computing. And of course, the holy grail is when we have computers that can do our work. And much of our work in today's world is thinking. And this is exactly where artificial intelligence comes in. As I said, currently, artificial intelligence is still done by humans. And the next, I think, revolution will be when more and more AI systems will be created by AI systems. And I think it's going to be just fascinating.
Thank you, Ronen. So Ronen just talked again about how I think the future of AI is to have the AI be created by other AI systems, which sounds a bit difficult to digest without a beer, right, Daniel? But we will talk more about this, and it will be fascinating. So I think also wanted to thank Boaz and Dan. Boaz has a flight to catch in a couple hours. The traffic might be a bit challenging. So we want to give him the opportunity just to say a few words as well. And thank you, both of you, for being here. And Ronen, you won't escape next time. It's 25 hours flight only, so we hope you will make it. I'm sure you will.
So I want to say also that AI till now played a very important role in a very accurate prediction to answer a tough question. We believe at MOTIV8 that adding to advanced AI methodology, psychology, traditional psychology will take the entire world to the second step, understanding deeper question that AI can answer, understanding the why. And by that, in the financial sector as a first step, it will enable financial institutions to successfully serve customers which are not being served today, which we believe at Motiv is a very, very important task. improving the financial inclusion and supporting billions in the world to get credit in a very accurate way and to communicate with those customers in a better way. So understanding the customers, understanding the people with combining advanced AI methodology is the future for us. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. I know we're out of time. So, eu vou só agradecer ao Daniel Pellegrini pelo convite, pela hospitalidade, aos nossos visitantes de Israel, que são os primeiros, certamente não os últimos, muitos virão. Agradecer à Prefeitura de Socorro, a todos que contribuíram para a gente poder estar aqui. E eu, pessoalmente, me sinto muito gratificado de participar desse projeto. A gente tem razão, tem certeza de que isso não vai ser só um bate-papo interessante, que a gente vai estar aqui falando de muitos negócios gerados, de muitos ganhos para os cidadãos, para os governos, para as corporações, para as startups. E obrigado a todos e estamos à disposição.